What is going on, Sooner Nation? Welcome back to the Sooner Surge with a little basketball video for everybody. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications. Also, while you're at it, Christmas is just around the corner. You heard me right. Christmas. I got my decorations up. It's just around the corner. Go check out the Fan Stop, www.thefanstop.com. When you get there, use code SURGE. You'll get 10% off your first 3 months. Sign up for the Shirt of the Month Club. If not yourself, sign up somebody in your family for it. Who wouldn't like officially licensed OU gear? Do it today. Little basketball talk, men and women's, Jackson. We're going to cover both on this video, so buckle up. We're going to get through this. But here we go. Men's basketball. Opening game win, 93-60. They get the W. And just give me maybe overall thoughts, first game for Oklahoma men.
Yeah, well, I think the first thing that every Sooner fan, if they watched the game or saw it, the first person that stands out is Jeremiah Fears, Jason. That's what every Sooner Hoops fan wants to talk about, the highest rated recruit since Trae Young to sign with Oklahoma. And he was very, very good in his debut, finished with 16 points, some boards, and some assists, Jason. Jeremiah Fears, you felt his impact. And just being there in person, watching him play, he did not look like a 17-year-old kid playing his first true college basketball game. The pace and the poise in which he played with, and then obviously the comparisons you're going to hear, Trae Young as a comparison, but it's not fair to compare a kid of his age so young to Trae Young. And Jeremiah Fears, man, as I said, he impressed. He was able to do it all. His explosiveness and speed, there's no other player on this Oklahoma team that has the speed and the ball handling ability that Jeremiah Fears has. It stands out on the court. He was the fastest, most explosive player on the court. And he really just got to his spots. It seemed like he was 1 for 5 from 3, I believe, to finish the game. But really, all of his looks, they were good looks. He didn't take a bad 3. They were all in rhythm shots. You expect those to start to fall. And Jalen Moore played a phenomenal game as well. He took over in the first half, did Jalen Moore things, used his athleticism to get to the rack. And Jason, Jeremiah Fears, he was knocking down some threes. Jalen Moore was. So that's super big. If he can hit those open threes consistently, that's super, super crucial for Oklahoma wants to do this year. And then you have the big Sam Godwin, obviously threw down the huge dunked on someone. Sam Godwin, he looked like Sam Godwin that we're used to, played within the game, played within the system, doesn't stand out, do anything crazy. And then you just have these other role players like a Duke Miles stepped up, made some big shots.
Played good.
I don't. He scored in the double digits some points. One player I was maybe a little bit underwhelmed with. I wouldn't say underwhelmed is the right word, but Glenn Taylor Jr., I feel like offensively, he didn't play that well of a game. He believe he scored his only points on back cuts and layups. So you would like to see him hit some open threes while guys like Jadon Jones are out right now. Obviously, Bryson Goodine, he got hurt, so you don't really know what that's going to look like.
But Goodine had a really good game.
Oh, yeah, he can shoot the ball, Jason.
He can shoot, so I think he made what they said on the broadcast, 70-something threes last year, where he was at. So he had a really nice looking shot. They got to get more from Kobe Elvis, in my opinion.
Yeah,
in fact, I wonder how long Kobe Elvis can stay in that starting lineup. Because with Jeremiah Fears, I think he's poised to get that role. He kind of reminds me a little bit when you talk about Miles Uzan, and the fact that he can rebound, he can get assists. He's kind of got that triple-double mentality, but he's way more of a scorer, I think, than Uzan was. So I think that's the difference. And Uzan was a great player for Oklahoma. But I think Fears has that next gear. Like you said, speed and pace-wise, he has it. He's got great vision. He can shoot the three. So I love what they're going to get from him. But I would like to see Kobe step up some. I thought Miles played good at the guard. Godwin, 15 rebounds, 11 points. The 15 rebounds is really good. I thought he looked good for the most part. Really liked Wadu. Really liked him off the bench.
I agree.
The size of him, the body, all of it, the aggressiveness, I thought it was really good. And you mentioned Jalen Moore. He did do Jalen Moore things. His shot still looks pretty pure from 3. He's got a nice shot out there. So overall, please, I think you're not going to be able to tell. And listen, you're not going to be able to tell a whole lot with this team because the truth is under Porter Moser in the non-conference seasons, he's done pretty well almost every year. I mean, they've won preseason tournaments. They've traveled against good teams and they beat them on the road. I mean, you go look last year after they won that tournament, beat USC. Otega away was just tearing it up, and then it's like what happened when they hit conference play. So I think, and you're going to hear this from me. I don't really care what they do non-conference. I'm going to hold my horses until I see what they do in the conference play. But I did like what I saw for the most part from this team. So,
yeah, and this is a Oklahoma team. They're going to need Jadon Jones back as soon as he can because they're missing that other long wing out there outside of Glenn Taylor Jr. Bryson Goodine, I guess you could say, is a wing, but I'll consider him more of a guard. So you need another wing body there, and I don't know how long he's going to be out. I know it's something with his back, so we'll just kind of have to wait and see on that. And then if Jeff Wonkwo also on the wing or a bigger guard, I don't know if he's going to be able to return.
Yeah, it's too early to tell on him.
But if Oklahoma can somehow get him back, maybe towards conference play, the middle of conference play, maybe to go on a run, that could be huge. So I just think this is a team that just needs to stay healthy this year. And Jason, you said it. What are they going to be like whenever they get into conference play? How effective are these guards going to be able to stay outside of Jeremiah Fears? Because I don't worry about him at all, honestly, because he looks the part on the court.
Yeah.
And so I think it's something we'll have to wait and see. And really, can Moser get it done in conference play? As you said, Jason, we're not. I agree. This is year 4 under Moser. I'm not going to take any stock on the team until we get into conference play.
All right, let's transition to women. Women's basketball, they get the first game over Southern, 76-44. Reagan Beers had an outstanding game. And this team's going to be fun to watch. And you need to get out there Friday night. Virginia Cavaliers coming to town will be a great matchup. Make sure you get out there. But Jenny's got herself a squad, I think, Jackson.
Yeah. And, I think that Jenny Baranczyk and this girls team, I think they're going to be the talk around campus in the winter for a while because I think this is a team that they can put everything together, just seeing the pieces that they have. In the first game, offensively, I felt like they played an average game offensively at best. They were trying to force a lot of things into the post to Skylar Van, to Liz Scott, who's back from injury, which I think she's going to play a huge role in this year's team. And Reagan Beers, the star transfer from Oregon State, Oklahoma, beat out UConn for her. She had a double-double. I'm not exactly sure what her final stat line was.
21-14, Jackson.
Yeah. So you felt her presence. Oklahoma has – I think there's an argument they haven't had a big like this since Courtney Paris is dominant as what Reagan Beers can be. I think she can be that good. And then you have the guards and Nevaeh Tot. Peyton Verhulst, I felt like she needs to be more aggressive when she has the ball in her hands. Last year, she was able to score a lot for this team, get buckets when it was needed. And I think the player that Sooner fans need to be very, very aware of this year, there's actually 2 players. One, Sahara Williams, Jason, a player on the court that just has that dog mentality that is going to outplay everyone each night. Her freshman year was really, really good. I expect her to take a jump her sophomore year. She needs to continue to shoot the 3 ball, trust it, not lose confidence in it. The shots will start to fall there. And Zaya Van, the true freshman out of Bethany, too, off the bench, she played a lot more than I expected she would in the first game, which shows the comfortability that Jenny Baranczyk's going to have with her throughout this year. She's more of a defensive guard, more of an athletic guard than Nevaeh Tot, but Nevaeh Tot, she's going to be your floor general. So, Jason, this is a team offensively that I think is going to run their offense through the post, through Van and Beers, kick it out to shooters like Peyton Verhulst, Alexi Keys, Nevaeh Tot, Isaiah Van. So this is a super exciting girls team in which I don't know if I'm crazy to think this, but I think the ceiling for this girls team is a Final Four, Jason. I really do think they have the talent, the players, and the experience to get there. Now it's, can they put it all together?
Yeah. Well, you had a game, the first game. I know it's Southern, but, you had Lexi Keys only have 3. And, they still win by, 22 points or 32 points, 32 points. But you're right about Reagan Beers. I mean, she's a great player. And I would say it's something that Jenny hasn't had there. Really, I think so. Anytime you have that dominant of a player in the post that you can run things through and you got shooters around, it's a matchup problem. It leads to should, in my opinion, lead to pretty high field goal percentage because you should get good shots if you're running through Reagan there. But man, Jenny continues to develop, coach, recruit, portal. I mean, all of it. Just super excited. And I think it is, though, Jackson. I think it is time to get that next step for her. I think, hey, this is the year to take that next step. It'll be interesting new. You're in a new conference, SEC. There's going to be some elite matchups in the SEC.
It's going to be fun. Yep.
Hey, we didn't really talk about the men, but we need to. Men and women's basketball. Get out to the LNC. Seriously, get out there, support them. These teams, they're going to be fun to watch. They need the support. SEC is not easy. I know Big 12 men especially was tough, but SEC is not easy. And there's some great matchups and great teams that will be coming into the Lloyd Noble Center. So make sure you get out and support. Any other closing thoughts, Jackson?
Jason, I'm going to make this hot take about the girls team. I think that Reagan Beers is going to finish the year as a first-team All-American. I'm not high on her. I think she's going to be dominant for this team, and having a front court mate in Skylar Van right next to her, Jason, is going to help a lot, because we have seen and know the scoring ability that Skylar Van has in the Big 12. She showed it from the high post. She's deadly. And then having the two-man game with Reagan Beers is going to be lethal. It's going to be hard for a lot of teams to handle, and this Oklahoma team, they're going to get a chance to play LSU and South Carolina this year in the SEC, two of the biggest brands in all of women's basketball. So I think that's something to be excited for, both those games on the road. And Jenny Bronchek, year 3 for her in the SEC, chance to make a statement, chance to take Oklahoma to the next level. She has, I guess you could say, maybe her team and now her players. It's year 3. So super exciting time for men's and women's basketball, Jason.
Great time. Get out there and support them. Hey, appreciate your support for watching the video and subscribing to the Sooner Surge. We appreciate it. We go live every night at 9:30. Join us. We'll talk whatever you want to talk about. It's fan driven. So whatever y'all talk about in the chat, that's what we'll talk about. So make sure you join us 9:30 every night. Appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button. We'll see you next time.